Okay, here's part number 3 of this lawnmower restoration project. Alright, yes, you can see had the carburetor taken off, which I forgot to record taking it off and taking it apart. But I'll update you on what I have done so far. Okay, this is the carburetor float. Here's the needle. The needle goes in that hole. Alright, this was stuck. That was stuck. So this is a float pin that goes through there. It allows the float to pivot and lift the needle up and down, which is upside down, and you get the gist of it. So anyway, in video number 2, I put a little gas in the carburetor, turn it over, get the ignition key switch turned where it works, but it'll crank up as long as you sprinkle gas in the carburetor. So that told me that this lawnmower isn't as old. Well, this lawnmower isn't as old as I thought it was, but it's been sitting for 5 years. So it's got very low hours. And the man who owned it, he bought it, gonna cut the grass, get out and all that, but he never got around to it. And I just kept paying somebody to mow his lawns. But anyway, this gas we got now has got so much crap in it, ethanol and other BS. Once it evaporates, you'll see this waxy looking crap. Alright. All that. But all that was in there. And it stuck. This needle valve was stuck in there. So no fuel could get through it. Alright. The main jet in there stuck. Okay, the way this one works, you got the bowl on top of it. You have this needle solenoid. Alright, in that position out, it's spring loaded, so it plugs up the main jet. Alright, when you turn the switch on, it sends power and magnetizes and pulls that rod back and allows fuel to go up through the main jet. So, first thing I did, this sucker was stuck, so I had to clean it, put a little penetrating oil in there, and so it's working now. I tested it on the battery, so it's fine. Don't have to buy a new one. Alright, what I'm going to do now is spray a little carb cleaner in here, and check a few other spots. Try to get all that gummy wax right out from inside it, right inside of there, and get the needle valve and the float back on it, and we'll see if it works proper. I doubt that I'm gonna put it back on it. Well, I definitely know I'm not, because I need some more fuel line. I broke the fuel line. The fuel line was kind of rotted when I was taking it off, but it's fitting on the carburetor. It was just kind of broke. So, all right, let me clean this up. I'll get back with you. All right, we cleaned this up real nice. Like, got a few little orifices and jets still stopped up, but it's sliding in and out pretty easily now. So, I gotta check that one. That one a little bit more, but most of them's getting fuel flow. Well, gotta free that up. So that's the throttle. That's the choke. Choke's not supposed to be that tight. Okay, just a little bit of squirt cleaner got that wax off of it. Alright, that gasket, that's gonna come off. I just smeared just a little bit of Permatex around it, and it'll be okay when I put it back. Alright, we got the float cleaned up. pin, the carburetor. I'm going to blow that out one more time. Wash this bowl out. Alright, I squirted a little carburetor cleaner there. Pour it around. Rubbed it around a little bit. Look at the wax on my fingers. Alright. That's what it looks like in a carburetor bowl if you leave the fuel in it and let it evaporate. And a lot of people wonder why their lawnmower doesn't start. Next year you should put Stay-Bill, fuel stabilizer, and crap like that in it. So I gotta scrub a little bit more on this when I get back. Okay, this seems to be cleaned up pretty well, so I'm gonna stick it back together, and will not try to crank it today because it's getting late on Sunday. But alright, that plug cleaned up very nicely. Okay, on the front, I wouldn't mess with the tab. I mean, you got tabs for adjustment on this plastic ones. As you float, drop, and you float level. But I ain't messing with no dang plastic. So, the slot, wherever the heck you are, over here. So we're going to put the notch into the slot. Alright. And that allows it, when the fuel starts coming in, the float drops, it keeps it from sticking inside the seat. So, I'm going to start the float pin. Alright. Be careful. I don't know if you can see it, but I started it. And the needle sweep, the seat for the needle. Then I'll gently push the float pin. Alright, float pin's in. Alright. Now we're going to put the bowl back on. Alright, now we're going to put the solenoid on the bottom. Let me check one thing I forgot. Alright, let's check to make sure it doesn't get stuck. Alright, I'm going to blow into the inlet and work the float up and down. I'm not going to do it on camera.
I'm still kind of glad I got it now, maybe not. Well, I hope I don't get COVID, but boy, oh boy, these other side effects, if they're lifelong.
Alright, that's working, so let's flip it over, put the bowl on it, torque it down.
And who knows his rationale for taking it? Probably because he was considered a priority because he's old. And I'm guessing he lives in California, so he probably figured, oh, I need to take this so I can get back to normal life, go to a restaurant, whatever. And then boom,
Alright.
get hit with that vaccine.
You don't want to try to torque it by this cover here. It's got notches in there where you can take a thin 9/16 wrench and use it to get the final torque. You don't have to really torque it down, but this is the adjuster on it. And for the factory, they put this plastic on there that limits the amount of adjustment you can give for the air fuel mixture, which it's probably going to come off because usually I'll take them off because I do a little bit more fine adjustment than this allows. But anyway, she's back together, and tomorrow maybe, if I'm not too dang lazy, I'll go out there and put it on. But this is in part 3 of the lawnmower restoration. So that's it. Be good.